There's a big tax deadline on the 15th of May. Does it affect you? I'm Sam Keats from Keats Accounting, and this week I'm talking to you about lodgement deadlines. At this time of the year, you'll see a lot of coverage in the media and advertising around the end of financial year and people telling you that you need to get your tax return lodged. And for a lot of people that can be confusing because tax time is July. Why do I need to do my tax return now? It's only May, the year hasn't finished yet. The 15th of May deadline is actually in relation to the previous year. So if you're doing your tax return, individual tax return yourself, your lodgement deadline is the 31st of October. However, if you're using an accountant, accountants get until the 15th of May of the following year. That's a really important planning tool for us because if you've got tax payable, we can defer that, give you longer to pay, all of those sorts of things. So the 15th of May lodgement deadline is essentially the last date for lodgement of tax returns unless the tax office has provided you with an earlier lodgement date. Examples of that: large companies. So large companies will have an earlier lodgement deadline. If you have overdue tax returns, you don't receive the extension. So for example, if you still have tax returns due from prior years, 2018 is already overdue. That was due on the 31st of October last year. So we can always look it up for you if you're on our client list. If you're unsure, give us a call and we can look up when your lodgement deadline is. If you're on our client list and you haven't lodged your tax return yet and it is getting close to the deadline, you will have noticed that we have been nagging you. The girls in the reception team have been calling and emailing and texting and chasing people up so that we don't want you to get fined. We don't want you to get penalised, so we are chasing you to make sure that you are meeting your obligations with the tax office. There's always an influx of work at this time of the year. So the sooner you can get your information into us, the better, because we do have to do the work in the order that it comes into the office. So you can't just send everything to us on the 14th of May and think that it's going to be okay. We'll obviously do our best for everybody, but the sooner you can get your documents into us, the sooner we can turn it around and get it out to you for signature and get that resolved and roll forward to 2019. So if you have any queries about how this might affect you, please give us a call in the office. See you next week.